Hey, I hope everybody's having a great day. My name is Ovidio Garcia, and today I will be talking about networking. How networking has helped me personally and has helped my businesses grow. There's two types of networking. We have the networking where you speak face to face, and the networking where you use electronic devices. I'm going to talk about in one of my businesses that I use networking a lot because I'm involved in telecommunications, and telecommunications now is being used or has been used for networking, whether you use a cell phone, tablet, laptop, computer, television, radio. There's all types of forms that you can use these electronic devices for networking, and how you can start a business with $0 and use these free social media sites and use them as your advantage for social and personal networking. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons, because I never always like talking about just the good things about in life. You always have to look at the other side of the coin as well. So let's talk about how you can use this as your advantage when you don't have any money and you're wanting to start a business. An online business, for example, is one of the most easiest, but also difficult, because there's so much competition. But you cannot let competition persuade you not to start a business, because you're just going to be thinking, well, somebody else is already doing it. And that's the reason why you can't prosper in life, because you're always thinking negative that somebody else is doing what you want to do. Of course, somebody's always doing what you want to do, and there's always going to be somebody else doing it better, but that cannot persuade you not to do it. So let's say, for example, you sell shoes, and you are trying to start an online business on shoes. Like, I'm gonna use that example because I used to sell shoes back years ago, and I didn't have the advantage now because they didn't have like these free social media sites. See, when I was on the online business, online had just barely started. So I had it much more difficult than what it is nowadays, where there's so many platforms you can use to transfer, to communicate your message across the entire globe. With the click of a button, your information goes. Now you have to be careful about the information also you do expose, because that can come back and ruin your image or ruin your reputation, as we've seen with other people, that one video, one image has completely wiped them out. That's using now electronic devices. Now you have face-to-face networking. You can go to a event, a seminar, a birthday anniversary, a birthday reunion, whatever, and you see people. You hand your business card, you hand the pin. In my business, in my telecommunication business, I have business cards and I have pins, and I use them for my advantage. I have in my business card, I have my images of my business, of what we do, on my pin as well. So when I complete a transaction, I always give a business card and a pin, and that person can hand it over to somebody else. I did a face-to-face networking, and now that person can pass my information to somebody else. It's like a chain that keeps going. It's a link that keeps getting passed along. So that's the face-to-face communication. The face-to-face networking that you can use to communicate to help your business grow. Face-to-face. That used to be used back in the days. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It still works. But now we're living in an era where now it's more on the online networking, where you can now communicate to the masses, the mass population, and with the click of a button. Now, me personally, when I go out in public, I'm very careful on how I dress. I'm very careful on how I speak in public, because there's a saying that goes, God judges the inside, man judges the outside. So when you're going to present your business, your image, or wherever you might be, you have to be careful how you're going to be communicating your information to the next individual, because by you communicating to him, he's going to communicate to her, and her to another person, and by the time you know it, by the time it goes to the fourth or fifth person, your conversation has already completely changed. So you have to be very careful on how you're going to be networking in public and also online, because anything can go against you as well as help you. That's the reason why I'm very careful on how I speak and the information that I share, because I want to be a person that shares positive information to younger people, because we live now nowadays we live in a time where you know what they show online, you know the negativity what they show online, and the parents have to be very careful on what they allow their children to see and perceive, because what they're seeing is a way of networking, because that information is getting transmitted. First they see it with their eyes, they hear it with their ears, and it goes into their subconscious, into their conscious, and what they see is just being repetitive information. So there's positive and negative information being repeated. That's how networking works. It works with television, it works through radio. Once you hear, for example, you see a TV commercial, and let's say you might be thirsty, and you see a particular brand that's being shown repeatedly on a commercial, sooner or later you're going to want to go drink the whatever they're showing you, because that's a form of them networking, because they're transmitting that message to you. So you use that also for your business, or whatever you're using it for. Use it for a way to use these free sites to start a business. You don't need money to start a business, whatever. And people say, well, I don't have any money to invest. Well, very easy. Go to your family, go to garage sales, go to online, whatever it is that you have to do. Let's start with your family or friends. Go to your family, go to your friends, and ask them if they have things that they don't use anymore that can be of value. Clothes, old devices. People collect things that you can never imagine. You post them online for free, saying that you're selling this. Now you're networking. You're doing business networking now. There's different types of networking, but we can talk about business networking, where you can use this item that you got for free, and then you sell it through whatever platform you're going to use it. You're going to sell it through. And whatever you make, you're profitable. It doesn't matter if you make $1 or you make 50 cents off of it. It was given to you for free, and you're using a free platform. What are you complaining about? What is holding you back from starting a business if you have the advantage of nowadays? See, back then I didn't have that advantage. Back then you had to pay a lot of money to have people to advertise, thousands of dollars a month to advertise your website, for SEO, to even build a website. So what excuses you have? Because when I was coming up, we didn't have none of these free websites. We didn't have none of these free social media platforms where you could use it to your advantage and have it at the tip of your fingers. Back then we had to use door-to-door, coupons, mouth-to-mouth, printing, whatever we had to do to expose our business. Now anybody can start a business. So use networking to your advantage. Use your social networking to your advantage when you are in public. Have your information handy. If you're going to be talking about your business, represent your business, because the image of you is what your business is going to look like. So you go out in public. I'm not saying you have to go and spend hundreds of $1,000s on a makeover, a wardrobe. You can go to a thrift store, buy you some nice clothes, wash them, clean them, get them altered at a dry cleaning location, make them fit to your body, and then represent yourself. It's not going to be easy, but who cares? That's where you start. I remember when I started. I remember one day I knocked over. In I don't know how long, probably like in an hour. I knocked on over 100 doors, and I got rejected. People wouldn't even answer the door. In the middle of summer, I would go out to people's doors and try to sell what I was selling. And that was back then. Now you don't have to do that. If you want, you can, but now you have all the advantages of all these electronic devices that you could use in a way that it can explode your business. But everybody just wants rapid results, and unfortunately it doesn't work like that. Networking takes its time, because you have to go through a lot of other people who are networking as well. But if you keep doing it repeatedly, it will work. You just have to be altering your content, and don't repeat your content so it can be taken as spam when you're sharing it through these platforms. So I hope my information that I share with you can help you. Just be careful how you use your networking. use it in a positive way, because once you upload it and you click on it and you send it for the world to see, it can help you or it can discourage you. So, but don't let the mistakes that you commit keep you from being the person you're going to be. Because I'm going to make mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes. I've waited a long time to start sharing my information because I was not prepared, but now I am prepared because of my experiences. But that was just me. You are different. You do what you have to do to provide bread on your table for you and for your family. How to pay your bills. Use these free platforms of social media to your advantages. I learned on my own when I first started my transportation business, because I couldn't afford $2, $3, $4, $5,000 a month for somebody to locate my website on the front page of these powerful websites, powerful internet search engines, and these platforms that are being used in social media. So I hope everybody is having a good day. Share my information. Any questions, any comments, please send them to me. And until next time, we see each other again.